What's up, guys? You already know what it is. It's your girl Taylor with the T. It's tea time, baby. I've actually sat down to try to record this video, not once, not twice, not thrice, but 4 to 5 times now. I went to the dollar store, got myself a little stress ball, because every single time I record this, I get severe anxiety. The first couple of times I tried to come with the receipts, you know, but I felt like I'm not in a position to be attacking. I'm just telling a story, you know? But to be quite honest, telling this story really does give me hella anxiety, because I don't want anybody to hate me, you know? I just want to tell what happened to me, and I don't want anybody to take this too personally. This was just something that happened to me. We're moving past it. If you hear a noise, a little ASMR. Let's get started. So I joined my sorority through something called COB. I went through the entire recruitment process. For those of you who are in sororities and know what I'm talking about, it's like a 4-day thing. It takes really long. You see a bunch of houses. It's draining and I hated it, okay? Didn't like the house that I got and I ended up just dropping. COB is basically continuous open bid. That's what it means. That's what it stands for, but we don't care about the acronym. Basically, it's, hey, we didn't get enough girls that wanted to join our sorority, so now we're gonna give you a second chance to coming out with us, see if you like us, and then we're gonna pick you. Basically, that's all it is, okay? So that's how I joined my sorority. Gucci gang, everything was fine. I was having a great time. I didn't become an official member until, initiated until my junior year. Let's take a deep breath. Where's my anxiety ball? So sophomore year, at the end, before I was initiated, I wanted to live in my junior year. So I decided to live in my junior year. First semester of junior year, I was initiated. Okay, so we're in my junior year. Second semester of junior year, I wanted to study abroad. So, you know, you gotta prep a semester ahead, right? I was asking a bunch of older girls in the house, hey, how did you study abroad, whatnot? They were like, oh, girl, don't even worry about it. Don't trip, chocolate chip. They're like, all you gotta do is sign a half lease. I'm like, okay, cool. How do I do that? They're like, you just talk to the VP finance and they will get all your paperwork ready and then you're Gucci. I was like, yo, Gucci gang. Now, here's an important part. I had told them 8 to 9 months before I even studied abroad that I was studying abroad. Basically, we had a chapter meeting where they wanted a head count of how many girls we're going to be living in and how many girls we're going to study abroad, because they wanted to see how many people were going to be paying dues to live in, because once you study abroad, you don't have to pay your dues anymore to live in. I had voted myself as I'm going to live in next semester, junior year, which would be a new year, and I am going to study abroad. And they're like, okay, cool. And the reason why they did this is because when you're studying abroad, you don't owe regular dues. You only owe a small fee because you're not participating in any activities, you're not living in, you're not doing any fundraisers, you're literally in a different country, okay? So that's when I initially told them that I was considering studying abroad. After the meeting that we had, the VP of finance posted in this Facebook group, and they're like, yo, anybody that said that they wanted to study abroad, please DM me via Facebook. So I did. I DM'd the VP of finance and said, hey, just to let you know, I'm going to study abroad junior year, which would be the year that I'm living in. So what's up? They're like, okay, cool. That would be 8 to 9 months before I studied abroad that I had told them I am studying abroad. So fast forward to me living in first semester of junior year. I'm living in the house, whatever, doing my thing. So I start asking around and I'm like, okay, so how do I get this half lease that everybody keeps talking about? Now, mind you, I had been asking about this half lease for forever. I was like, where's this half lease? Where is this half lease? Then I schedule a meeting with the VP of finance. I'm like, okay, so what's going on? I need to know where this half lease is, because I'm already accepted in the program at this point. I already got scholarships at this point. And it is now a week before I am supposed to leave. Me and the VP of finance have a meeting. I have nothing against the VP of finance, and I keep bringing her up because she was the first person that I was in contact with any of this stuff, right? And no hate, no shade, I'm just telling the story, right? We go sit down in the kitchen, and she brings her laptop, no paperwork, and I'm kind of like, what's going on? She's like, Yeah, listen, they like ex-nayed all the half leases last year, so like half leases don't exist anymore, so you need to find a subleaser. I'm sorry, what? I've been asking you about this for over 2 months, and you've known that I'm going to study abroad, and you posted it in the Facebook group. Not at one point in time did you tell any people that are living in, that are studying abroad, that they need to find a subleaser. Not one point in time. I'm having this conversation with the VP of Finance. She's showing me a PowerPoint of how the charges will be broken down while I'm abroad. And she's basically telling me, like, you're paying rent while you're gone. And I'm like, there's no way that I can afford to pay both everything that I'm going to be doing studying abroad, like all the fees and stuff, and pay this additional 3 payments of $1,200 next semester. Like, there's no way I can afford that. She's like, listen, I don't know, if you find a subleaser, like, you'll be Gucci. And I'm like, okay. At this point, she's kind of like, I had the wrong information. This is the right information, you know, kind of figure it out. It wasn't the end of the world yet. I had remembered that this girl had just joined. She hit it off with a lot of the sorority girls. I'm like, perfect. So I hit her up. I'm like, hey, let's call her Becky. I'm like, hey, Becky, you wanted to live in. I think this would be a great opportunity for you to meet the girls. I just found out that I need a subleaser. You would be helping me out a lot. You'd only live in for a semester. You'd be paying the same exact fees as if you joined from the beginning. There's no like catch or anything. You'd just be helping me out if you moved in. She goes, perfect. I'm like, if you would please tell the VP of Finance that you're taking my spot so she can alleviate me of my fees. She goes, perfect. That is what I thought. Now this is where it gets a little complicated. What I did not know is behind closed doors, there was another girl who was trying to break her contract and her lease with the house, and she was trying to get alleviated from her fees, and she was suing the sorority. Now, I don't know any details on that. I just know the gist of it. I had no clue any of this was going on, okay? Now, that's an important thing to note because this is a major factor into what happened to me, okay? Now, we're still a week out from me moving out and leaving to go to a different country, okay? Study abroad thing is already set up. We're already doing that. But like that is a go. There's no going back from that. Picked out my classes. I've already done everything to study abroad the next semester. But I found a subleaser. So I tell the VP of Finance, hey, I found a subleaser. It's gonna be Becky. We already corresponded. She's breaking her lease with her landlord. Her landlord's cool with it. She's gonna take my spot. She goes, okay, cool. I'm like, cool. I get a text or a message or a Facebook message or whatever it was. And I get her saying, hey, actually, that subleaser that you picked, Becky, is not going to be your subleaser. It's actually going to be this other girl's subleaser, the one that's suing the sorority. So you need to find a new subleaser in the next 4 days before you leave. Now I was like, how does that work? Did she ask her before I did? Or did I ask her and like, what's going on here? So I asked Becky, did you promise this other girl that you were going to be her subleaser while you were promising me? She goes, what the hell? No. I promised you I would be your subleaser. I'm like, okay. VP of Finance, let's have a conversation. She goes, listen, it doesn't matter whether or not you found her first or not. The way it's going to go is the other girl chronologically dropped out before you. So the girl that you found to sublease for your spot is actually going to take her spot because she dropped before you. What?